bands and picks, and I'm going to switch over into them, and we can figure out what's going to go on here. ESC do get their first first pick, first ban. They are the higher seeded team coming into this one. Let me just jot down. The band's already starting to come in there. Ari band first off from ESC. Singed band out for Homeless. That smells of targeted to me.
Yeah, and Twitch banned out. If that's not targeted, I don't know what is, because you don't often see that, that's for certain. Skarner being taken away as well. That's going to be going towards Bambucha, is it? No, Bambucha is the middle. Dolladros, the Skarner player, of course. Bambucha's the middle lane. If I recall, my knowledge of ESC is limited, but I do remember seeing a couple of these names. So the last two coming out, Shen, of course, very much a common ban straight away, and probably going to see either Cassidin or Karthus or something like that. Maybe a more common ban rather than a targeted one. The final one for Homeless. I think they're called Homeless. Is that because they've got no sponsors at the moment? I know that's generally
got no house, right?
It's because they've got no house.
They live on the street. They practice under bridges on a daily basis. Now, I'm pretty sure because they don't have an organisation to play on them. But that could all change if they do well here. They're already got through to this quarter-final. And, the EPS in Germany, a big thing. And a lot of these German organisations, if they don't already have a League of Legends team, certainly will be looking to change that. Final ban was Karthus. So Ari, Twitch, Shen, Singed, Skarner, Karthus. A couple of most definitely targeted bans in there. A few and a couple that are pretty standard stuff. Let's see what ESC look in there. Janna is open. Will they go straight in for that one? Not too sure.
And interestingly enough, ESC beat Homeless in the actual group stage. When they had a group stage, it was that everybody played everyone, and ESC won that one. So obviously hot favourites coming into this one, you'd expect. It's one of the many teams they did beat. But you say that first pick, they're taking a while in this one, and it's going to be a Cogmore. They do love to leave them to the last second, don't they? There's a lot of discussions got to go on. And the AD carry is sort of becoming a commonplace as the first thing to pick up, because honestly, there's not really that many counters to them, because it's just a case of, well, you're both going to be in lane and you're both going to farm. There's, I'd say the support probably plays more of a bigger part these days than the AD carry. AD carry can down to be more preference than anything. Of course, you might expect to say a Nunu alongside it, or we had a Soraka alongside Cogmore earlier, didn't we? But the first two picks for Homeless, they're going to be cardboard boxes. It's going to be a Corki, who we saw absolutely played dominantly by what's his name? I'm a Cutie Pie last night. Completely carried Dignitas against Mono Esports in the third match. Oh, was it the third or second match? I can't remember which one it was. And Sorakabot will be playing Soraka, of course.
Sorakabot on Soraka on Sorakabot. Makes it easier for us.
Makes it very easy, yeah, just because it's Soraka.
When you pick Sona, it's just going to be a real nightmare to go with Sorakabot on Sona. That'll just confuse the hell out of us. So, Corki Soraka. Is that going to be bottom lane Soraka? Something that we can actually say now and not look like idiots. Morgana and Janna, quick picks there from ESC, and strong lane for me that one. Cogmore, Janna. Ooh, Jax, looking like he could come out for the first time today. We actually saw him on Thursday night in the Go for LOL EU West finals. I can't for the life of me remember who picked him. Actually, good thing is I have my list of who picked who, and I can actually tell you it was absolute legends.
Was it top lane or was it jungle, Jax? I can't remember. It was top lane, wasn't it?
Top lane, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, Fiora.
So it's going to be a jungle Jax then, in that case, and a top lane Fiora. Oh, wait, it could be vice versa, but okay, switching it to Warwick, so it's going to be a lane Wick, I suspect, and a jungle Jax. Interesting change. So that will actually be Sorakabot playing Jax, by the way. I'm pretty sure, just to keep things fresh.
Absolutely, throw us to the wolves for that one. It looks like Riven could be coming in on this top lane. We've seen Not so much Riven in the last games that we've broadcast. And Mundo, who's another one of those real strong jungle picks these days. We've seen him played absolutely brilliantly, and very, very strong choice, and he will be locked in. Mundo and Riven. So, ESC all complete then. Bottom lane, Cogmore, Janna, Morgana in the middle, Mundo in the jungle, and the Riven up on that top lane. Over on the other side, we obviously have the Corki, Soraka, Jax, and Warwick, and possibly Fiddlesticks. Wow. I'm not falling for that one.
Well, Fiddlesticks is a hero I've not seen for a long time. And they're going to switch it to a Kali by the looks of it. Well, Kali mid versus Morgana. I'm not convinced by that one, I've got to be honest. Don't see how that one will work out. That's assuming it's still Soraka mid. As we've said.
Support Kali.
Kali.
They had Fiora there earlier, and they're going to lock in Fiora.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen an assassin-style bruiser in the middle. And, so Fami's getting switched. So Soraka bot will be on Jax. So Jax in the jungle. And they can't switch. Someone can't switch. So ESC are having to drop and remake, the looks of it. But definitely interesting pickups there. But I still think ESC have got the stronger teams. They certainly seem to have good picks there. Of course, Morgana, we've seen the last two matches, has been very, very strong. In fact, tell Likes he was banned in the last match because he was too strong. But, I think ESC definitely coming into this one with their favourites tag. Everyone loves the underdog, though, so you never know. Homeless might be able to drag something out here. Certainly interesting meta they're going with. Jax in the jungle, something you don't see that often. We did see it, when was it? I think that was on Thursday as well. I think we might have seen a Jax jungle then. Or it might have been... I'm desperately thinking it might have been the Nordic East.
It makes more sense. Yeah. I'm looking at I've got like the last two Nordic and East and EU West last two monthly finals bans and picture in here. I don't see Jax other than that one on Thursday. But anyway, we're just going to get those bans quickly thrown out there. Now that would be crazy if they were real bans. If you've just tuned in, we've had a game remake. They're not the real bans. Although, the real bans were also a little bit crazy. Twitch banned out there. Singed and Skarner banned out by Homeless. Went a little bit more standard after that. But looking through, Doladro going to be on Mundo. Bambusha in the middle on Morgana. Psycho up top with Riven. And Fami here with Soraka. Jax in the jungle.
Might be Warwick mid, It could easily be Warwick mid. I'm not sure which way. Honestly, they could play either way in this one. It really wouldn't matter. It's whoever's better against Riven probably more than Morgana. Because Morgana's not exactly a burst your face off assassin. It's a case if you might get caught. You would expect, say, if it's a Warwick, he'd be sat in the minions all the way through it. So he'd probably be quite happy. But then again, he's going to be sat in the pool. So probably not so happy in the tormented soil. But interesting picks, but certainly from Homeless there. More standard from ESC. ESC Icy Box, I guess, is the full name for them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a standard bottom lane, a standard mid lane, and a very good, very fast jungler in Mundo. He does go where he pleases, but they did ban Skarner away from Doladro. It's one he's definitely known for. I recognise him for that one. And it's going to be good to see how Psycho handles it. The question is, will he be against Fiora? Fiora's one of those zippy champions. Sort of it jumps around. It's a bit like Xin Zhao, isn't it? The way he does the grunting. But a quick 5-second spec delay. That's what I love to see.
Yeah, this time I'm not going to be caught out showing everyone my desktop. I managed to switch away onto me just in time. I'm really interested to see how this one all pans out. If you just joined us, this is the second quarter final of the ESL Pro Series Germany. We've already seen the first one, Peculiar, going through after taking down Gamed. And this is a best-of-3 game. Game number 1 about to start, so still at least 2 more full matches to watch here tonight. And, a lot of people saying, are we going to see that Soraka middle? I don't think we are, unfortunately, for everyone at home.
No, And they're also asking if it's Windows 98. It's not. It's classic
It's
mode.
not. It's
like
just classic.
Windows 7 in classic mode. It's what most people actually have because it runs faster.
Yeah.
But so there are your teams on your screen. For ESC, you can see it's going to be Luke on Janna, Doladro on Mundo, Bambucha in the middle on Morgana, Psycho on top on Riven, and Cogmore on Jurassic. Play-ins on Jurassic Cogmore, sorry. Zimmy, as the game speeds up as we switch into it. For some reason it always does that. It's the delays now and again. For Homeless is on the going to be on the red side or the purple side, whichever you're sort of viewing it from. It will be Fami on Soraka. No Equal's going to be on Fiora there. Sorakabot will be in the jungle on Jax. Zimmy will be on Corki, and up the top it's looking like will be Fortune, of course, who is going to be on Warwick. And Fortune, if you were, I might be completely butchering the pronunciation of that one. I'm not too sure.
You are.
Yeah,
sorry.
I thought it would be.
Yeah, the O with an umlaut is Futchen.
Futchen.
Futchen. Yeah, but whatever. Tomato, and all that kind of thing. But we are seeing ESC all pushed up here. Doladro will have been spotted there. Actually, Simic just moving himself back. Jax down in that tri-bush at bottom, needs to be a little bit careful not to get cut off there, and he's actually gone into the lane just to make sure that that doesn't happen. The question is, will they hang around and take away this blue right from the very get-go? Jax is going to be there. Corki and Soraka will work in as well, but there are 4 from ESC. There's no clairvoyance on either team, actually, again. So not going to have that initial vision. Actually, Doladro, are they going to leave him alone here? And he's off having a peek at Wolves. He's going to take them away. So, invading to the max, actually, here, ESC. 5 seconds for that blue, and they're going to take that with them as well. Bambucha just covering that backside. Soraka and Corki are already down in that bottom lane. Will start their farm before the bottom lane comes into them. There's the smite. Doladro going to take away the blue right from the start. I wonder now if Jax is going to take red and then go straight away over towards that blue side.
And then this will burst straight around towards play-ins as well in that bottom lane. Caught him very nice there. Top lane is going to be an interesting one. Riven versus Warwick. I'm not sure how that one's going to work out, honestly. I always thought Riven was a lot stronger than Warwick, but I may get proven wrong. No Fortune. Or Dogpaw, or whatever you want to call him. Go with the English name for him. But either way, he did play fantastically well at the World Championships, so it's entirely possible that he's well aware of what's going to happen here. Bambucha, meanwhile, in the middle, is going to have an interesting time of it. He's going to be against Fiora, so it's probably may not be something he's come up against, actually, in the middle. You never know. Teams do like to start switching these things up. It's something that's happened. It's happened before. It used to be Bruises mid before. We've gone through a period of Bruises mid, so it's nothing new in the meta. It's just switching things up to try and catch people out now and again. It's happened a lot lately. You can see that Tormented Soil immediately forcing him back, and he's going to be fighting on the turret, I think, for quite a lot of this game until the laning phase is over. Meanwhile, down the bottom, Play-In versus and Luke versus Fami and Zimmy. I think Zimmy's going to have the better of him for a short period, at least, because he had that burst on him, but just the immediate shield that Janna offers, obviously giving that big attack damage advantage, means he's going to farm, you would assume, slightly better, or certainly last hit a lot better. It gives him more room for error in his targeting. And as you can see, top lane is pushed, so looking like Riven might well back off early and go back and buy. Or is he not?
Yeah.
Delaying.
Yeah. Shan't I? Yeah, he is going to get himself back. Fudgen up in the top lane, just timing these creeps to perfection. Not going to be missing anything there. Meanwhile, Jax has come back down onto this bottom side, and they've pinged, so they may possibly go in for this gank, and he's actually going to come in right behind them, and they are going to jump in first of all onto Play-In. Is Sorakabot going to be able to do enough damage? Nice exhaust comes in, and actually summon a heal use there to try and stop that happening. Now Fami's the one that's gone a little bit low. Play-In won't overextend himself though, and decides to let that one be. So first gank of the game, not bringing a first blood in that final game of the last best of 3 game versus Peculiar. We waited what seemed like 3 days for first blood, actually. That was a real close one. I wonder if we're going to be seeing more of that in this one. Mundo now taking a peek at middle. He is level 4, so equal on levels with Fiora. Well, is he going to get the opportunity? I'm not sure, especially not now as the Dark Binding does land. Meanwhile, up at top, bashing each other's faces in. No one really having that opportunity to get the kill. Psycho just burning through his last health pot there. And when he did go back, did pick up the longsword as well, so got that extra little bit of attack damage. And as you predicted, lots of minions being pushed almost every single wave here onto Fiora's turret.
Yeah, Fiora will be fighting this one off for a while. Hold up lunge in the middle if anyone's interested, which is his Q, her Q, or definitely can be a he. And that is the difference he's going to have. The speed he can just zip on towards Bambucha, but Bambucha can easily just pop that black shield on and just say, "What's up?" And you are not doing anything to me. Especially with that blue buff on. He's just going to farm up. You can see he's healing up. But the problem is that Doladro is coming around. And Doladro is one of those junglers that likes to gank. But he's not going to get a chance to gank. Because, frankly, unless... Oh, we're missing the Dark Binding Z. This is where no equal is going to start causing problems for him. Unless he pushes out. Bambucha is going to really be self-pushing the lane with that Tormented Soil. Which is exactly what he's doing now. He's going to try and get that Dark Bindings on. Surely, no! Even slowed he missed it. Bambucha there. And he just Tormented Soil. And just says, thanks, I'll go back to farming. We failed there, guys.
Yeah, and I agree. There's going to be lots of... automatically, the mechanic that Morgana has with her farming, that Tormented Soil's instantly going to be pushing the lane. Dark Binding will be helping there. And again, no equal finds pretty much the entire wave on his turret. Meanwhile, up at top, Psycho is also pushing that lane very heavily. And has been doing for a while. He's actually 10 CS behind Warwick up till this point. Down at the bottom playing, and Luke have been forced a little bit back. Corky starting off Doran's Blade compared to the boots that we saw on playing. Again, slight exchange of things, but not too much. Jackson in the jungle is just finishing off. Wolves will move down then onto his blue buff, which, let's not forget, was taken by Mundo on its first spawn. So Mundo knows when that's coming up. I'm pretty sure they took the entire camp and didn't leave anything behind. So he should have the timing down for that one. He's not going to be invading at this point. He's finishing off raids. I'll head over towards his own side. Warwick in the meantime has gone back. Heart of Gold, cloth armor. Got the boots there as well. Gonna come back into lane and have a little bit more of an easy time with that against Riven.
Yeah, Bambucha's first back, and obviously bought that chain vest. Building up, will go towards the Zonya's Hourglass, but you don't ordinarily go that way. Obviously playing to what's in front of him, and that is a shredding machine in Fiora. Steps out the side. Fiora yet to go back, of course. Meanwhile, down the bottom, Doladro is down south, so could well come having a look here, Mundo. Now pushed heavily up against the tower. Corky doing a good job. I'd expect them actually to both back away here. And probably buy, actually. Yeah, they've both purposely forced the lane. Yeah, and they could bought themselves an opportunity to go buy for free. Meanwhile, Jax picks up the red buff. You can see Doladro has just done the same thing. Yeah, he's not in a healthy situation to actually come looking for it, anything. So, level-wise, how are they going between each other? You can see Riven at the top. He's gone leveled up his Q, his Broken Wings. And, both at level 7 at the moment at the top there. Of course, it's going to be Hungry and Strike for Warwick. Meanwhile, Doladro also at level 7, obviously Tormented Soil, and no equal. Let's have a look towards him on Fiora. If I can actually click on him at last, he's leveled up his Q as well as lunge, and slowly going to go with Burst of Speed as well. Bottom lane, you can see Play-Int. Well, he's obviously going with the standard range Bio Arcane Barrage, so he can get that range. If he was on Chinese Cogmore, you'd hear it. He'll be whistling away. Phosphorus bombs for Corky. So fairly standard stuff. You can see Jax at the moment positioned in that top lane for Psycho. He will have that counter-strike, remember, but I don't think Psycho's really falling for it. And actually, he is about to go back and buy, so that's wasting a little bit of time for Jax. And you can see Jax is already porting back there. Realise he's already backed off, so doesn't want to waste any more time there, Joe.
Yeah, Bambucha also has just taken that blue buff Giving that extra sustainability in middle. So Dark Bindings this time will land onto No Equal, who quickly dashes away from it. And he's down below halfway. May team, yep, go back for the first time. Not been home as of yet. And I was going to say, surely Morgana's going to throw a Dark Binding at him, which he did. Dodged it nicely. And obviously that Tormented Soil now leveled up enough that it's ripping through his minion wave. Sarakabot has just come over to try and come real again. Dark Binding landing. Seems to be in these last couple of minutes a bit more successful with that. Mundo is once again counter jungling, taking away the Wraiths. Is he going to take the... Nope, he's going to leave 2 there. Sarakabot's like, damn you, just around the corner. And also has got that ward in there pinged, just so they make just so they know that he's there. Actually, down at bottom we see Zimmy just putting down a bit of damage onto playing. Second one not quite connecting though. And there was the big bomb. That would have been annoying if that were to hit him in the face. But a fairly quiet game. Obviously, still no first blood. A real gank that we've seen was down on this bottom side. That didn't work out. And from that point, they've gone into super farm mode. Actually, Jax has now worked his way down bottom.
Yeah, both very much in a passive farming mode. This is very similar to COG style, just sticking in them lanes until really you get a strong opportunity. And it's a perfectly valid way of playing, and it worked. You know, it's proven very strong for COG over the years. They've, or I guess you could argue, one of the most successful teams, certainly in terms of revenue earned and titles earned. But we are going to see a bit of a chance down the bottom here. I'm not too sure if it's too late though. Doladro with that Oracle has to be very careful, gets exhausted up and rightly backs away, has to pop that ulti already. The fact is that Luke had already got caught out, so permanently, immediately giving them an issue. And they had to back away from that one. So Doladro using that ulti. Now they're going to go for the Dragon. I'm not sure if they're in the right situation. Warwick's a long way off. You can see him legging it down here. They're already halfway through this Dragon though, so they're going to have to be quick if they're going to do anything. So ESC will pick up the Dragon. Can they catch anything on the side though? Will it be Fami? Fami flashes away just in the right time there. Dark Bindings wasn't quite ready. It might go on to someone if they keep following this close. Yeah, Morgana does turn around and think, well, might be able to try and catch someone out, but good choice there from ESC. Need to be careful. Look at that. Fortune sat ready and waiting to try and catch someone out in the jungle, but they are all going back.
Down on bottom, we're seeing ESC now starting to push this lane up a bit. Obviously, saw Fami having to flash away from that last little encounter, keep himself safe. Nice wave pushed onto that turret there. That's all farm that Morgana is going to be missing out on. Not Doladro there. He'll come and take some of his own. In comes Morgana back to the lane. And she's been back, brought that knees to the large rod. Chain Vest is already there. She's slightly behind in farm. I'm impressed with Fiora how he's managed to keep up there. Obviously having to rely on his good timing to keep that farm in place since he's been pushed onto his turret more often. Fortune now getting himself back up into that top lane. Phage being bought on Corki already as well, compared to Wriggle's Lantern, which is what Play Int's gone for at the early stages of this match.
Yeah, that Brutalizer on Riven. Riven's doing a good job at keeping the lane from pushing at the top at the moment, trying his best to prevent it. And Mundo has backed off, so it's going to leave him some free farm. No, he's decided not to go back and just leave him free farm just yet. And we'll have a little bit of a jostle with him. A little bounce on his head. Continues to quickly farm out the lane. I guess he'll go back after this one. Meanwhile, down the bottom, Jax is also creeping again back into that bush. This time, they might be a bit close. They have got a ward in that bush as well. So they... You know what? Did they pass a ward? I don't think they did. Did he land at the eyes on him? I didn't see it. I think they've just happened to have gone back for golems purely coincidentally. I didn't see any ward that he passed there, Jax, but he has backed off. And that's all she wrote. So they used the vision ward actually to clear out that wall to make the pass for Jax to get into that bush, but unsuccessful. So I guess in that case you'd say 150 gold wasted, 125 gold in fact. They changed it, didn't they?
Yeah, Fiora's come back now with that Brutalizer into lane. Corki Sheen now built as well as those Berserker Greaves to go on top of his phase. 140 to 104 CS. That's a big, big difference in that bottom lane at this stage. No Equal does get caught there with that dart binding. Blue being started already by Mundo. Morgana's going to come over and have that one. There we go, finished off. And get himself back into lane. Surprised really at the massive advantage that Corki has. 40 CS. We've seen Kog'Maw go back, pick himself up a Zeal. Obviously being kept a little bit more into this one. Being down in that CS with that Dragon that ESC had earlier. Meanwhile, up at top, Jax has once again snuck in, and Psycho could find himself in trouble here. They are going to dive in onto him. An ulti use actually from Warwick as well. Ignite is now burning. Flash from both of them. Psycho is going to go down to Futchen, and there is first blood after 15.5 minutes. Took its time, but when it came, it's all going to come over with Homeless.
Homeless taking a good start. A lot of ultis used up there. Luke getting caught out as well, heavily by Corki this time. Luke might well go down. Actually forced backwards. In fact, I'm not too sure why he Valkyried backwards there. Oh, I see. Spotted Doladro in the tri-bush there with that ward.
Yeah, Luke ulted as well.
Yeah, so just wisely backed off. So good call there from whoever spotted it, whether it was Zimmy that was doing it. Zimmy looked like he was well in his flow, so I'm pretty sure it would have been a shout. And you can see the shout comes out, clear this ward out. And they do that. Luke is still very low on the health though. Needs to be careful. He's going walkies to place a ward at Dragon. Meanwhile, Plaint is pressuring on towards Zimmy and forcing it back onto the tower. How's it going between these two? 159 to 124. So big advantage for Zimmy in terms of CS. Obviously, they did push them down a moment ago. Nearly got that Trinity Force complete as well. You can see the Zeal is just a short while off. So now about 600 to 700 gold to complete that item. Meanwhile, you can see that Kog'Maw is going towards the Phantom Dancer, I'm guessing, with that Wriggles. And Luke needs to be careful he doesn't get caught out here. They've warded up again. And No Equal snuck his way in there. He's going to dash through, tries to go on towards Luke, doesn't quite have enough. Flash was used. Will the ulti manage to catch him to Zimmy? Zimmy does not want to tank up that turret and backs away. And Luke just acting as free bait there. They tried to go for it, but Zimmy was No Equal was unsuccessful, which means he's been away from that lane a little bit of a while, and Bambucha is going to keep pushing on towards that mid turret. You can see that Sarakabot will come around the side, and immediately, oh, and an ulti followed up by Bambucha there. I'm not too sure if he's got quite the damage to follow that one up on Sarakabot, but it's certainly going to cause him problems. And meanwhile, Fiora still bottom, and I missed the kill on the top lane as that was happening, which was Warwick going down. So Doladro snuck his way up there and helped out Psycho to even up the playing field on that top lane, Joe.
Yeah, and I have to apologise. I was totally confused there. Almost missed that in middle because I'm like, Soraka, what's happening with... Nothing's happening with... Sarakabot. That's right. Actually, we are going to see No Equal coming under a little bit of pressure. Psycho is there. Turret, obviously, is destroyed. Fami is there. Going to silence Psycho. But he will get away from this one without too much of a trouble. But you can see Dragon is due. And they're all coming down for this one. Warwick is all the way back in spawn. Now that could be the difference maker in this one as those dark bindings go back out. Psycho's actually going to dive in. They want No Equal from this one. Down to half HP. He's surely dead. Will ulti, and that causes all kinds of confusion. And a lot of them have gone low, but they just don't have the men there to deal with this one. So Rakabot surely will fall as well. Ulti's from Kog'Maw going in. It's actually Mundo that picks it up. Bambucha fairly low as well. Fami fancies his chances. Doladro is low. Ultimate use from Janna. There's a broken wing. There's a kill. And can they continue to... they are going to Valkyrie in. Futchen fancies his chances as well. And that just shows you how ridiculously low they are, Deman. Because Warwick's E has all 5 of them.
That was incredible. Yeah, all of them lit up. And Warwick's like, I just can't quite get there. Corki's like, I've got no mana to ulti anymore. I can't fire any more rockets in. Why can't I pick up any kills? But that worked out very nicely for ESC there. Very good engage for them. And immediately the items start stacking out. And the gold quickly in their favour. They did not pick up Dragon though. So this is almost like the second game we had earlier on today. And it's going to be a return back to that Dragon area. Zimmy trying to take the blue buff down. Is he going to pick it up for himself? Yes, he will. and they're going to try and go straight for Dragon. But you know what? They're in a wrong position here because ESC have all been back. They've all bought. They're all full health, all full mana, and they will come straight back in, and they're going to have to give this one up. Homeless, so don't look like they want to do that, but it would be the right thing to do. They do not want to get caught out. You can see there is Bambucha ulting straight in. Fami's going to go down. Fami's had to flash out. And actually, Bambucha has got the Zhonya's Hourglass up now, so he does manage to pop that off. Doladro gets in their faces, but meanwhile, Playin's been left alone. Sarakabot continually farming on them. Fortune has also been pressured though, but Sarakabot continues to chase on Playin. Playin will finally go down, but I think Sarakabot might pay the price with his life there. The dark bindings will come through in a moment, but Fortune comes up on towards Doladro. Doladro's ulti back running. Will he try and get in there? Look at Psycho getting straight in their faces. They're all very, very low. One broken wing will surely hit them all, but he's got no mana to do it. Instead, he gets two basic attacks. He does get taken down. No equal, meanwhile, picks up 1, 2, 3. No, Luke's going to go down as well. This has actually turned round. No equal managing to zip through and pick up a bunch of kills quickly. And it's gone to 6-6. And I think they're going to have enough to get this Dragon, Joe. Wow. I had no idea they were going to come back into that one homeless.
Really crazy stuff there. And again, just showing that Fiora ulti. Not only is it really painful, but it's so confusing, I think, for this ESC team. They don't really know what to do, it seems. They just backed off. I also have to say, ESC, their targeting was a little bit lackluster, wasn't it? Doladro up the top of the ramp, taking on 3 of them. A couple of them ran off, trying to chase down Sarakabot after he was trying to chase down Playin. It was all a little bit chaotic there, but from being, it was 5-1, right? It's now 6-6, and that's a real great equalizer. And they're going to come back with items of their own. Obviously, Dragon did go down that time. Sarakabot now sitting on 1-2-2, about to hit 100 CS. He's going to get himself home and shopping. He's sitting currently on 1100 gold. Corki finishing off that Trinity Force. Fiora built up that Black Cleaver, so strong stuff from Fiora. Obviously, the Zhonya's Hourglass was already completed on Morgana. Still only the Zeal on Cogmore, though. Not quite got himself up there to that Phantom Dancer level. Mundo got himself the Warmogs finish. So from what we saw in 15 and a half minutes it was First Blood, it's changed in the next 5 minutes, really on its head. 6-6 all tied up. Just 400 gold difference between the two teams. This is game on all the way.
Yeah, and ESC now, they need to start stacking armor. That's all they can do, really. And you can see Fiora obviously getting that Black Cleaver, expecting it ready to come, because obviously with the combo, it's a lot of it's very much AD top heavy. The homeless team at the moment with Fiora, with Corki in there as well, and I guess to an extent Warwick. I'm not too sure how much of his is magic and how much of his is AD. I've got a feeling a lot of it's magic actually, but couldn't tell you the exact clear split on that one. But the fact is that Corki, Jax and Fiora are definitely AD. They're definitely going to be doing a lot of damage. Actually, say that, Jax has an element of magic damage, doesn't he, in his leap strikes and stuff like that. So, but AD's definitely the way to go. Armor's definitely the way to go.
You sure about that?
Yeah, absolutely certain on that one. Definitely. Playin takes a burst in the face there from Zimmy, and he will try and pick up. Doladro was porting back, but just suddenly quickly gave up on that one. You can see they're trying to bait them in. Will Zimmy go for it? No, he just ultis into there and says, yeah, we know you're there, you big boy, go away. And he Hulkamania stood in the bushes. So off he goes, and back to farming in the lanes, it seems, Joe.
Yeah, back into the lanes once again. Jungler's back in the jungle, and we're all reset up, and as I said, tied. Just a 200 gold difference between these two sides in the first game of this best of 3. Let's have a look at the towers. For ESC at the moment, that bottom one taking a little bit of damage. It's the top one that's really low for them, down right by around about half. Top tower is on full health for Homeless. Obviously, middle tower was taken down. Bottom round about half HP. So ESC definitely having the advantage when it comes to the towers at the moment. And look at this, Sarakabot once again getting himself into that bottom bush, but I think, did he go through a ward? No, he didn't. There's no ward there. I'm not sure which way he come down. I didn't see him coming in there, but either way, ESC not going to fall for that trap again. Ward up that brush. And, well, back to farm time.
Back to farm time indeed. Bambucha was going back to buy. How much money were they all sitting on? Yeah, nearly 2,000 gold for Cogmore down the bottom here. He needs to go back and buy. Sitting on far too much. Warwick's the same situation. He's just shy of 2,000. 1,600 plus for Morgana as well, who is going to go back and buy. And will get that needlessly large rod. Yeah, Fortune could do with buying, really. And he's in that situation. He's like, well, I'm farming quite happily, so I don't want to go back to buy. He was
just falling back in the middle of the lane, and Psycho just comes in and stuns him.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
What to do it?
He's sort of hit the situation. It's like, well, I'm doing okay, so I might as well just sit around and farm, but there's no reason to buy at the moment. Blue buff has just, or is just about to be given to Corky again down that bottom lane. As play-in returns with those, I like that on the skin. You get the eyes, the red eyes glow, which is, I couldn't tell you, it's the W, isn't it? That when the W is used, the red eyes glow. That's a nice touch on the skin. So, I've got to be honest, the skins have been getting better and better from Riot as they keep coming out. Fantastic ones lately. All they need to do now is bring the replay system out. That was my first thought when we saw the features yesterday. So, there's something missing. Anyway, nevertheless, needlessly large rod for Morgana, so she is now up to 282 AP. Meanwhile, Zimmy down the bottom have got that Trinity Force complete now, has a BF sword to go with it. Cogmore had got that Phantom Dancer complete as well now, so Luke also taking out that ward, which Fami didn't look too pleased about, was sort of like looking at Zimmy, he was like, are you going to do something about that? Are you just going to let him take it? He's going to sit there and take it? No, fine. Bambucha farming up like crazy, way ahead in farm, 222 CS. Actually, so not way ahead, because Fiora's up to 214. Fiora's actually done a really good job at keeping up that farm. I'm quite impressed with it. Oh, an invade possibly coming on. Oh, they just put the ward on the blue, but unfortunately that blue has gone quite a while ago. And they are not really going to pull anything from it. But they are having ESC. They are gathering up here. I'm trying to think what the timer is on that dragon. It doesn't seem that long ago, surely, that this dragon fight happened.
No, I think it could be about time. And we've just seen that ward taken down there. Corky stealing away the 25 gold, which is a support play you have a right to be angry about, guys. If you're buying oracles, you have a right to be angry. Oh, Black Dot Binding goes in there. It's managed to catch Futson, who does get the heal up, and they are going to dive in. Look at this, Sarakabot straight over the top. They're going to go for this fight. No Equal comes in as well. That ulti going to go all the way through them, but the Morgana ultimate is very, very strong. Reducing both Jax and Soraka go down. No Equal trying to take out playing. That won't work out, and it's a big, big advantage. Dolladro surely will go down, and the Dot Binding not quite landing in time, but they're going to focus in on Corky. Finish him
back into the pool.
Yeah, and playing to come back in there as well. Bambucha needs to land that Dot Binding, not on the minion though. And Fortune can actually dive this one. He can actually stay around there for a while. Spell Shield goes in, and he's like, I'm running in circles around this turret. Dot Binding will finally come in, and after all that, he decides, no, I can't quite do it. Which is interesting because one more Q from Warwick, which he used on the minion there, would have done it.
Yeah, indeed, but Corky going back into the tormented soil was just, it was like, I'm on low health, what do I do? Oh, it's just, oh, wait. Bugger. Went the wrong way. 10-9 note, so another very even exchange between the two, and I wasn't convinced by Sarakabot leaping in there on Jax, all manning it up, going balls deep, straight across the pool. I'm not too sure whether he thought they were all there, or whether he just thought, oh, I've caught one, oh, crap, I've gone straight into the entire team. And definitely immediately giving themselves an opportunity for Dragon. So as it is, they're all going to return once again. Seconds out, round 2. Or I guess round 4 is the case in this one. Yeah, Morgana needs to be joining up the team here. ESC needs to be coming as one in the team. They need to be quick getting in here as well, because that Dragon will go down very quickly. Look at that, taken quickly. And they were far too slow to react there. They were caught out, split, separated. And now surely that Homeless can turn around and push on them. Psycho's taken down very low. Bambucha has managed to land the ulti. Doesn't only ping off 1 or 2 though. Sarakabot has gone away. Bambucha will drop. Surely Fami's going to go down as well, but that's not exactly a great shake, taking a Soraka down. Here comes Sarakabot leaping back in now, joining the fray. Playing, taken down very low. Psycho also low. You can see the Hunters sent on everybody. Dolladro will drop. Luke will drop. Can they get on towards more? Playing, what are you doing? He's going to zip around your face. Can he explode on him? Yeah, no, he's just baiting him. He finally gets around though. Thought he could dodge out. and that was a 4-for-2 exchange, and I believe another Oracle went down there as well. It didn't quite catch. I think there was an Oracle on Janna.
Yeah, this game is turning out to be a real interesting one. Some great action moments so far. And after we waited 15.5 minutes for first blood, to be honest, I wasn't expecting such a high scorer. But it's working out that way. Let's have a look down the kills that we've got in with the individuals here. Corky 3-1-7. Strong scoreline there for that AD carry. Warwick 4-2-7. Fiora 5-3-4 over on the other team. There's a little bit more of a different story. It's a little bit more spread out amongst them. Riven 2-3-6. Cogmore 5-3-5. Morgana 2-2-8, which is not going to be helping out too much, but he's well on his way to finishing off that Ravadon's death cap, his Bambusha. We do have almost all the ultis up over with ESC. What is their next plan? Luke just clearing out the wards here. That Oracle paying dividends for him. And Dragon was taken not so long ago, so that's not the next part of point of action. There is Doladro clearing out that mid. Actually, Elixir's bought here as well on no equal. And you can see the ridiculous speed that Fiora has. I think gonna find it very difficult if they keep awarding her kills. 234 CS to 246 from that middle lane. For me, really great performance to be keeping up with Morgana that far, considering that 90% of the waves were pushed already onto that turret. The team's now grouping up around that middle area. Actually 5 here for Homeless, but are they going to be able to take down the turret? Plane is there, and he'll destroy that wave of minions, and Homeless back away again.
Yeah, I'm surprised we've not seen an Aegis built up actually by ESC yet. I would have thought that would have been one of the very first things that are built up for team fights. Get that Aegis up, get that armor across everybody, trying to help out as much as they can against Fiora, because you can see Fiora's going to do a lot of damage. Corky's going to do so much damage as well there. And it's with that, well, Bloodthirster and Black Cleaver now, so it's a combo of, there's a hell of a lot of damage coming up from Fiora. 326 attack damage on there. 329 in fact as he builds up. I think he's building up the Bloodthirster. Is he building up? I didn't see what it was. Yes, it is. Building up the Bloodthirster, slowly stacking out. So very strong teams, both of them now. They're in a strong situation. 13-12. I think they've had a dragon apiece. It may even be 2 dragons, I think, for Homeless, which may well actually be that slight divider between the two. No Baron attempts just yet, and really only 1 tower as well, which is pretty incredible. Although that top tower is on 22 hit points for them, which I think Sarakabot might go and take down now. Just needs to clear out that wave. Going to pick up a big chunk of gold. Is a long way away from everyone, but though, so whether that's going to force any action or not, you can see them all hovering around the river. They were thinking about it.
Could do with a frozen heart, to be honest. ESC.
Who's that? What? Everybody? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see a reason why you wouldn't actually have a frozen heart in there with Jax attacking you all the time, Warwick with his W, Fiora. I don't know why there's no frozen heart.
There should be a combo of items, really. Like I say, almost certainly the Aegis should be built by someone. Morgana is actually pretty strong now. I mean, Morgana's up to 450 AP. And like you say, yeah, there's a couple of frozen hearts would not go amiss. So it's an expensive item to push towards there, especially for, say, a Cogmore, something like that. But now Cogmore's completed the Infinity Edge with Phantom Dancer, I would expect something more armor sort of based, maybe even just a Guardians, like you can see that Fortune's walking around with on Warwick there. Something to keep sustain up and prevent really that crazy amount of burst damage that is going to come out from Fiora when that ult is zipping around between them all. 33 minutes gone though, Joe, and this is almost looking like it's going to be a Baron push in a moment. It's just that's what they're going to delay for now.
Yeah, ESC just trying to push this lane that little bit, but Homeless are there. Let's have a look at the ward coverage. There's 1 ward from Homeless in the back of that Baron pit, 1 ward here at the front, and also 1 just by that middle ledge. So Vision definitely better off with ESC at the moment. Soraka does have a couple of wards though ready to put out, but there's no oracles actually in the homeless team, and they're backing away. So Dragon time almost there. And Dolodro's actually going to go in. I think they're actually going to take the fight here. There's the ulti coming out onto Bambucha. Uses his ulti plus. Yeah, I forgot the name already in the midst of the fight. Psycho goes down. That was terrible. Luke actually being shredded as well here. And again, it's Fiora that's coming in. We will see Jax pick up a kill. Janna is going to go down. Dolodro now last man left alive. And there we go. Absolutely destroyed. Sonya's hourglass is what I was trying to get out.
That's the one you were on about. But yeah, I mean that was an awful engage. That was horrible by ESC. I don't know what they were thinking there. They just face checked into a bush. They had no ward on, and yet they could see the other team with the other side coming into that bush. It's like, hello, you just, what are you thinking there? And there was no way they were ever going to come out on top of that one. And obviously Morgana just got completely destroyed. Was the first target. First one up front and immediately got dropped, which means, yeah, well, you've just lost one of your carries, so therefore you are going to lose this fight without a doubt. There's nothing you can do about it. So they're going to lose mid-turret as well. They've lost the Baron as well. And that is going to be a massive gold turnaround for them. Remember that top tower was on 22 health. Fiora's heading towards that with a stack of minions as well. That's the mid one down. The bottom one could probably be taken as well. It's on half health. I'd expect maybe Corki to go down, cover off the tower. That's actually going to drop. So I think that one will go. And no, they're actually targeting the minions at the moment. Minions are fighting the minions. That little one's getting in there. He's having a bit of a go at it. But yeah, 130 CS. He's not going to get taken down. Corki comes down, rips the whole lane apart, and says, thanks for all the gold. I'm going to go back. So, looks a look at the builds. Wow, it's incredible. There's Corki's actually got some pretty crazy attack speed on him now. He's into 1.4 with that Zeal. He's going to build that Phantom Dancer. Don't forget, he also gets a bit from the Trinity Force as well. So he is really going to hurt. Jax also, he's got that Ginsu's Rage Blade up now, so he's going to start trying to stack that up with the Frozen Mallet that he's got. So look for him to start building up and getting incredibly more tanky. Wow, Atmar's Impaler as well now for Fiora. She is really going to cause problems now, Fiora.
Oh, last whisper on Corki.
Yes, it's just getting worse and worse. And honestly, as I think ESC are in trouble now. They've not really built to what they're up against. I think.
Yeah, fighting the armor, and then you've got Black Cleaver in there. You know, Last Whispers in there. It's not gonna end well for ESC, this one. I mean, it doesn't help that last fight that they engaged like ridiculously bad anyway to start with, but I fear for them at this point.
You got Riven. I mean, they're all trying to build the health up. You can see they're going for the health items and trying to build up, but they're just not surviving in the fights. They're just not hanging on, and that's going to be the bottom tower going down incredibly quickly again. Look at Corki's got a lot of attack speed on him now.
Corki's scary, yeah.
It's going to be a problem. And you know what? I think they could go where they please. They don't have Mundo, but they could go where they please at the moment. They're just going to stroll on into that bush. They have an Oracle, so Fami is going to spot that ward they've just all walked past. And they can just keep pushing the lane up. I don't think there's a great deal that ESC can do to stop them at this point. I think they've realised until this Baron wears out, even then it's going to be down to simply catching someone out. Dolodro is trying his best to lead the charge and pick something off, but frankly they're not showing the free targets Homeless. They are playing very well as a unit, and they've come into each team fight and performed very well, and Fiora's really been getting in their faces.
She's critting for 1,000 almost as well.
But it's the speed. I mean,
yeah.
Cogmore's just sort of like, you're just going to dash straight towards Cogmore's face, and there's not a lot that can stop it. If Bambucha doesn't land that Dark Binding on them, she's just going to be there in Cogmore's face, and Cogmore's not going to last long with that sort of damage. Yeah, 1,012 going there, ulti. Sorry, a single hit. That's going to hurt.
Yeah, if she was slow, then it'd be a different thing, right? But when she's so quick as well, what chance have you really got, actually? I'm not sure at this point. Anyway, let's see what they are up to now, Homeless. Looking like this mid lane going to be pushed. Will ESC try to stick around? I'm not sure that they really can. Actually, Function taking a big amount of damage there. Let's not forget he does have Guardian Angel up. Well, the minions don't stand a chance of sticking around. Corki's hitting for like 900 on his crits as well.
I think Fortune wanted a lifesteal, so they come off those minions and Corki just ripped them all apart. He's like, oh, for God's sake.
And we are going to see them start to work in. Actually, black dot binding does land, but not really doing that much damage anyway onto Soraka bot. Here comes a bit of damage onto Fiora as well, and they're just trying to keep him out of range. Obviously the Baron buff has now run out. Will we see them stay a bit more stagnant until this next Baron is available? We're approaching a 40-minute game. It's almost exactly a 10k gold difference. And you can say, you know, just that one bad engagement and they fell 10k gold behind. And it looks like they're just going to tank this to it. They can take it down so quickly. Actually, a push coming around the other side there. Shield it up so that they can't do too much damage to it. But they've got a big line of minions coming in with this next one. Playing, just trying to clear out as quickly as possible. And they've managed to hold them off again. So ESC not doing a bad job of holding, considering what they're up against. But can they really challenge for a Baron? Because, you know, Homeless will want to fight as soon as that Baron's up. They'll want to force that Baron fight.
Yeah, but Homeless all stat on over 1,000 gold, every single member. So they've had a good raiding party there. They're all going to go back, purchase some many more items. Really, what else can they get? I mean, Jax is just getting stronger and stronger. He gets some more armor to go in there. And wow, Yumumu's Ghost Blade on Fiora. Good lord. She is fed right now. Fed. 386 attack damage. With the Yumomu is being popped. That's going to really sting. And Corki following up as well. Because don't forget, I mean, Corki's got the last Whisper. He's got an armor shred of his own regardless. You've got Black Cleaver as an armor shred. You've got Sorakabot getting in there. It's just, whoever if all three of them target someone, they will die in a split second. A blink of an eye, they will just drop. And just see no equal coming in against the minions here at the moment. He could farm that wave out pretty quickly. And actually, there's been a callback to say, no, don't push that lane just yet. So, interesting. They want them to push out. I think they want to force ESC out of their base a little bit here.
Yeah, for them to fight right now, they're odds on to win it unless something goes terribly wrong. And they're just going to sit there by Baron and say, well, we either take Baron and you ignore that, or you come out and fight, and then we'll happily have a little bit of a fight with you. And you can see that Fudson running his way straight in there. Blue buff that, well, they're leaving that. They don't want to fight. You can see that ESC just don't want to take these fights. Baron must be up in the next 30 seconds or so. ESC starting to move out there. Didn't see that ward, I guess, as they went through. So all positions are known. As a turret went down. Where was that one? Oh, finally that bottom turret went down. And Famit will actually get hit there with the Dark Binding. There is Baron. Fiora sat at the back, ready and waiting to get in. Another ward put down. Ward cleared straight out. And they can do some decent damage from range. That's, I think, one of ESC's greatest saving graces right now, that they have got that cleaver, the Dark Binding, the artillery from Cogmore. But have they got enough when it comes to a straight-up 5-on-5 fight? Fiora just pushing that middle lane. And Baron still sitting there. Must be feeling impending doom. And ESC thinking about coming out. Looks almost choreographed the way they're moving in and out together.
There's a lot of clicking going on here as well. There's some mad clicking, mad mouse clicking going on.
A lot of mouse clicks. Here we go. We're not going to see the fight kicking off. Hodgson dives straight in there. He wants to stick on to playing. Ultimate is going to go down here from Janna. Playing is very low. Dollar throw is very low. Ghost Blade has been used. Psycho goes down, and Fiora's racking up the kills left, right, and center. Now it's just Luke legging it for dear life. As Janna, you know, he's not going to be able to do a lot if they catch up with him. And, well, they're going to say, screw Baron, guys. We've got 40 seconds now to win this game. We can push straight through.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're going to do. I think you're going to see a GG come straight out here. There's no way they're going to stop this one. And a very clean fight. And honestly, you knew it was going to go that way. There was no way it was going any other way. I just don't get my head around why nobody's brought Hager's to the Legion. I mean, it wouldn't have made that much of a difference, but it certainly would have helped. It's just
frozen heart now.
Yeah, frozen heart now. It's a little bit late.
It's late.
But there we go. That is GG. Homeless picking up that one. Very nicely done. And you know what? We weren't sure about the Fiora mid lane, but wow. did she make a difference? Absolutely fantastic play there from Homeless. Really a very good team build. And you know, the whole team was angled towards that. They obviously had that plan in place from the very start. And we're starting to see this more and more in the games. Team Solar certainly one of those that are now come into it. Moscow 5 obviously showed the way. They develop these strategies and, you know, it said this is the clear goal. It's like not just a random picks and bans and let's see what we get and we'll play it out from there and use our individual skill to try and carry us through it. They've sort of got to the point where it's like we need to have a set plan, and it has worked very well for them there. So Homeless take the first game in this best of 3 series, Joe.
Yeah, 1-0 going in the lead, and you know, they were the team that scraped through. At the end of the season, there was this big battle for who was going to finish in the 6th place, who was going to get through and have their chance at the playoffs. And, well, they managed to get through, and they've just taken the first game away from an ESC team who, you know, finished 3rd in the main season. Must have been feeling pretty confident coming into this game. That Fiora didn't know what to expect, to be honest. Actually, that's the first time I've ever commentated a game with Fiora playing, so it was nice for me to see at the start. And I just wonder what they're going to go for the next game. Was that enough of a problem that ESC are going to now say, okay, Fiora banned? I'm not sure about that one, you know. Maybe they'll leave Twitch open.
Well, they might need to look at Corky as well, because it's 7-1-11,
Yeah.
17k gold, 373 minions, absolutely dominated. But it was the combo, really, the Jax, Fiora, and Corky all sort of doing it. And Warwick was that strong that he could get in. Just look at him, 40-15. He was there for almost all those fights. In fact, yeah, 19 of those kills he was there for. It's the whole team, really, as well. You just look at across the board, they had some very good team fights, very strong action from them. So Homeless are looking pretty good.
Looking good. They're going to be moving into the second game here very shortly. Homeless just need 1 from the remaining 2 to set up a semi-final appointment, I guess we can call it. They will be playing MTW, who finished 2nd in the overall group ranking. We're going to be taking a quick break, but when we come back, game number 2. Don't go anywhere.